Doug MPA back with another video. So guys, we all know in the red pill space that a lot of modern professional women are freezing their eggs to put off getting married and having children until later on in life. Well, these women are going to have to rely on IVF to have children. Well, Alabama ruled this morning that embryos are a life. So if you dispose of an embryo, you can be criminally prosecuted. Now remember, an embryo is where they take the sperm of a man and they take the egg out of the woman and they fertilize it in a lab and then they put it back inside the woman. Once again, they take multiple eggs and fertilize multiple eggs and embryos. And because of this ruling, those embryos are children under the law in Alabama. So this safety net might not be much of a safety net because, what are you going to do? Let's say the first one takes and you get pregnant. Are you going to have to pay to store your embryos forever? What if there's something genetically wrong with them? You can't get rid of them. Anyway, let's look at this news story. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And let's look at what's going on in Alabama.
This morning, new questions about the future of fertility treatments after Alabama's Supreme Court ruled that frozen embryos are children. The decision reverses a lower court's ruling in a case brought by a couple who sued a fertility clinic for wrongful death after someone dropped their frozen embryos on the floor, destroying them.
So I read about this case, and there was a fertility clinic where a disgruntled patient, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, they won't say, got in a restricted area of the fertility clinic and started knocking over people's embryos. That's where this whole thing comes from.
The court cited Alabama's Constitution in its ruling, saying even before birth, all human beings bear the image of God, and their lives cannot be destroyed without effacing his glory.
That's Alabama for you guys. The Bible Belt.
It could effectively end IVF in the entire state of Alabama.
With treatments like in vitro fertilization, several eggs are fertilized outside the body before being implanted into a patient's uterus.
There's mostly concern, there's worry, there's some anger, as patients and physicians want to be able to make these decisions together collaboratively and not have these decisions made for us and without our input.
Alabama.
So I have a little bit of sympathy here because there are some good couples and married couples and families who are trying to have children, and this is their only option. But like I said on my channel, there are these single mothers by choice, these professional women who know all along that they're going to use IVF from a random donor and have a child by themselves. Those women are the most selfish women on the planet, and for them, I'm glad that the party might be over. But I will always feel bad about that. That couple that did it, quote unquote, the right way and still can't have kids, and IVF will be the only option.
Alabama State Medical Association warning the increased risk of legal exposure might result in Alabama's fertility clinics shutting down. The issue is already on the radar of federal lawmakers. Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth and Pennsylvania Congresswoman Susan Wild have introduced a bill called the Access to Family Building Act. It would establish IVF and other fertility treatments as a right for patients and doctors.
So I saw another article about this in other states. Florida and a couple of other red states are already looking at copying, emulating this type of law. So we'll see where else these type of laws pop up. I'm telling you guys, this whole IVF thing that women are using to put off marriage and family, the party could be over in the next couple of years, guys.
Everyone deserves access to the full range of assisted reproductive technologies to help them start or grow their families, including treatments like in vitro fertilization.
42% of adults in the U.S. say they've used fertility treatments or know someone who has.
42%, guys. Yikes. And, we're starting to see, we're going to see stuff like this happening in more states. I stated my position. I'll say it again. For the families who need this, I hope that they can keep access to it. But for these single women, these who are hot girls summering it up all the way through their 20s and 30s, and all of a sudden want to have a kid when they're 45 years old, party could be over, ladies. I'm gonna keep tabs on the story as it develops. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.